Hey, this is John Smith again, and I just wanted to kind of append some work that I've done on the stream analytics of critical control point, and we have kind of a what I would call a punk busting option, right? So, if you recall earlier, here we'll go back and take a look. We were looking at that prod network. So here we were logging traffic, and we had a couple of different networks here. I'll start with the trigger. So looking at this trigger, you'll see I've predefined my networks, right? And the idea behind this, using our trigger technology, I've predefined a set of CIDR blocks as Nipper, PCI net, server net, production, or external or internal. Likewise for the client sources, I've configured external and prod and internal. And the goal behind here is I want to be able to audit whenever my production network talks to something outside of my production network. And there you'll see I'm committing the records to our backend search appliance that I'm going to show you next. But I want to show you the punk busting option that we added. So here, if you look, what we've done starting on line 29, as I've created a little alert. Right, well, not alert, but I'm going to kick off a packet capture. This can be valuable, especially if you want to prosecute or you need to have digital evidence. Having a PCAP showing what the person did can be very valuable. So what I've said is, if the source is prod and the destination is not prod, bang equal, then I'm going to declare a name, production network violation, with the client and the server. Here's the options, the packets and how far back to look. So what I'm going to do basically in a nutshell, I'm going to kick off a packet capture for any transaction where production talks outside of production. And that's basically what I've done here. And see, I've instantiated the name to mean prod network violation. So if we go back to our search metrics here, we just run a new query. And I apologize, I have like 4 VMs running on my laptop here, so it may be a little bit slow. But I'm going to go to my flow audit data, and I'm going to take a look at these. So just to kind of go over what we went over in the previous video, I'm going to show you how we've instantiated the source, the destination, and we're going to audit the traffic patterns. So if we look here, real quickly, I'm just going to group by my sources. And if you look here, you'll see your sources are production, external, and internal. And then my destinations are production, internal, Nipper, external, and then PCI net, right? We have a PCI network, so we've built kind of a PCI boundary. So a couple of rules here, right? Nipper should never make any egress connections, and we actually saw that when we looked at our sources. Nipper wasn't a source. Likewise with PCI. PCI shouldn't be making any egress connections, so we looked and we didn't see any PCI traffic when we grouped by the sources. And if we wanted to audit that, I could just quickly come here, look at my PCI network, and then I would audit by there's the PCI as the destination. What are my sources? Should all be internal. It is. So I see I've kind of audited that. That looks like it's behaving properly. As is the case with our with our prod network. And again, I apologize for the cold here. With our prod network, if we look here, we'll see most of our traffic is production, but I have a lot of records to sort through here. So I'm just going to group by destinations. And if I look here, all of a sudden I say, hey, wait a second, okay, I have 15 external connections that went out from my prod network, and that's definitely a problem. That's definitely a violation. So if we go back to our punk busting trigger, where we told it to actually issue a trigger, we told it to issue a packet capture if there were any violations. Right, so if we go in here, we look, we see we told it to issue if the production source, if the source is production and the destination is not production, I want to grab a packet capture. I want digital evidence. Somebody's going to get a cardboard box at the end of the day. So if we go here, we look, I'm just going to look at these external connections, and I see there have been 15 different FTP turns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at where I store these packet captures. And sure enough, there we go. Prod network violation. There's the source, there's the destination out to some IP address. So I can actually grab this PCAP file, open it up in Wireshark, and take a look at it and actually see what went on. So here I can actually do some forensics, figure out what went on. See, we see it was a pro FTP server, username was anonymous, and we basically got everything that user did, right? And this could be used as digital evidence if you have to confront the user or confront the system owner. But basically, we've essentially busted this system, talking out to an external system, sending an FTP file out. There, in that fact, there's the file that it uploaded, sugarygoodness.dat. So we have a couple things. We've audited any malicious behavior or any anomalous behavior sourcing from our production network. We've obtained digital evidence to use for prosecutorial purposes or just to confront the end user. And 3, we've actually found what actually happened. We actually have the ability, we can actually replay this back onto another extra hop appliance and watch what happened, or we can or basically we can walk through the PCAP file and see the actual file that was uploaded. This could have just as easily been, credit card numbers.txt or whatever. But anyway, the point I wanted to get at is that not only can we audit the communications, but we can set thresholds so that if somebody violates those policies that we established in our trigger in terms of who can talk to who, we can kick off a packet capture, or we can even trigger an alert, we can send an email, or we can do all of that. We can alert you and we can create a packet capture so that you can then see, what users have been doing. So again, right here, we've said if the source is prod and the destination is not prod, then we want to kick off a packet capture and we want to have that digital evidence to use to confront that person, confront that system, or just to kind of be aware of what's been going on. So just this alone, in addition to being able to watch it, but also alerting, being able to perform surveillance, and then we can append alerts or precision packet captures, or what I like to call precision punk busting. This positions you to be in a very good shape in terms of being able to see what's going on your network. As I said in the previous video, I don't know what the next big breach will be, but I do know it will involve one system talking to another system that it's not supposed to. And if you're using our Extra Hops Wire Data Analytics platform, we can show you when that happens so that you can stop breaches within a matter of minutes instead of in a matter of hours, days, weeks, or months. Thanks again. Thanks for putting up with my cold here. I'm on the road. I always get a little bit sick, but thanks for watching and have a great day.